again, back with another one. Trevor here with
Jake and the Coast to Coast real estate team.
And today was we're going to be a little bit more informal with our conversation. We're thinking about giving a little bit more of an update after another
Crazy couple of days.
Yeah, it's been a kind of a wild couple of days here from the buyer side of things and the seller side of things.
Yeah, so we're filming this on what's the date today? It's January 24th. Yeah, January 24th is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So yeah, Trevor and I had a busy weekend showing houses. Not writing any offers, but at least showing some houses.
Yeah.
And both Trevor and I, in the tours we did, a couple of the homes got multiple offers, which we haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, it's in our last video, which was not very long ago, we're talking about predictions for 2023 and thinking, hey, when we get into the spring and summertime, we'll likely see homes that have a strong lifestyle component get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Still see some homes get a pretty big discount. From this time last year, we're seeing overall pricing kind of down almost like 10%. But looking at what's been available, compared to last year, we're up 160% with overall inventory.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more available compared to last year. But last year was so crazy that it's, compared to overall the big picture side of things, we're still very low inventory compared to normal.
Yeah, talking about that, I remember when I first got licensed, I set my dad up on a search because he wants to move here. And I remember I put all his parameters in 3-bed, 2-bath, this. And it was like, oh, wow, I have all of 6 homes to choose from, Jake. This is so great, right? So think about you went up 160%, you have what, 18, you have 17, 18 homes to choose from. Like, it's not like it's a ton more.
It was a low bar when you compare to last year for sure. And I think we definitely saw that over this weekend. There was a handful of listings that hit the market.
Yeah.
A lot of them were priced quite well.
Yeah.
And most of these homes were multiple offers, which is crazy. We've seen some feedback on some of our videos that on the mainland, Langley, Vancouver area, things have slowed down quite a bit. That's not where our specialty lies, but on the island, it's been really crazy. I was quite surprised. There's 4 out of the 8 houses I looked at over the weekend went into multiple offers. One of which was a development type property. It was a estate sale, so probate situation. And that home listed at $615, 0.4 of an acre, 3-bed, 2-bath, I believe, a single level home. Needed a ton of work, it looks like. Had potential for subdivision opportunities. It was listed at $615. I think it was assessed in the $800 range. Yeah. And last update we've heard from the listing agent was that property looks like it has 14 offers in on it right now.
Yeah, like we chatted about in our last prediction video, I kind of thought you would still see some multiples, but 2, 3 kind of people showing up to the table, not 14, right? Like, especially with, I don't know if we'll go back to the same market we were back in a year ago in the stance of, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 over, obviously because lending, rates and stuff have changed, so people don't have the same ability to cash. I mean, there is still some people that sold and have the ability to cash, but not everyone. Yeah. Because every buyer before was, hey, I'm approved at 2% and I can get X amount of money, right? So now I still think you're gonna see those multiples, but some subject free, but you have that rescission period again like we chatted about. But then also, hey, we'll go $50,000 over, but we do have subject to financing and inspection.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, especially with the 3-day rescission period now, what if we're still having all these crazy multiple offers like we had this weekend, whether how much of a play or factor the 3-day rescission period will look like, and if unconditional offers are going to be coming back.
Does that mean the government was right to do the rescission period? Like, I don't know, because we kind of were like, I remember talking to quite a few realtors, and they're like, I don't know, this just means like a little more paperwork for us, and it's kind of like after the fact where it's it's not going to help anybody. But it seems like they could have been, adding it in could have been a smart idea.
I think it could be a factor. It just, what leads me to believe is a lot of buyer's agents are very clever. Yeah. And I think it's only a matter of time before they figure out whether, deposits due right away or having a 3-day subject removal period where it's like, hey, we'll remove everything within the 3 days. Or I just think that people are going to find a way to provide that type of offer.
I think that 3-day subject, if you're going to do an unconditional offer, what's a 3-day subject removal on a Monday for somebody realistic if you're 50 or 100 grand over, right?
Yeah, exactly. You throw a deposit in and have everything wrapped up within 3 days, I think is realistic. But now it's just, I wasn't really expecting. I was expecting, as we get into spring, summertime, like we said on our last prediction video, that hey, maybe we'll see 5% discounts. We'll maybe get back to a more balanced, more realistic market. But it seems like already we're in a position where if a home is priced somewhat well and it's marketed properly, you're still going to be in a position to get a crazy bidding war.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that it'll be interesting to see as you go into spring and summer, because obviously inventory is still so low now, and as we chatted about before, you and I, is hopefully we'll see an abundance more inventory hit the market.
Yeah.
Is will we get these multiples? Will you have homes with, like you said, will 10 multiple offers be kind of the same thing as we were seeing before, or will we see 2 or 3, or whether is there some homes that'll sit a little bit longer, and what does this mean for sellers? What does this mean for buyers in that sense, right? Because as a buyer now, it's the last couple months have been, hey, we can take our time, we can do our due diligence,
get a discount,
we can get 50,
ask for
60
low ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the difference what a couple of days can do, and it seems that some of these other properties, like there's one that we looked at over the weekend. The home's been listed for over a month now, and now offers have come in on that property, and it's almost as if inventory that no one was watching. Now all of a sudden people are bringing a bunch of attention toward, and so it really shows an appetite for Vancouver Island in particular. I think most of these potential buyers are people who are looking at doing big lifestyle changes.
And what was the price category you're in, Trev, like for most of those places?
Yeah, so most we're looking at were low 600 to the 799 range, so kind of up to 800. And there seems to be, that's kind of around the average single family home price in Nanaimo.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's a ton of people looking in that category right now. Even all the homes we were looking at, we had 2-3 days on market, and you saw in the kitchen table a stack of business cards from realtors coming by and leaving them after every showing, and there's 20 plus showings after only 2 days on the market. So
it's great to be a seller at that point. Obviously, you have all the power. For what I was looking at, we were like, mid 3s to low 4s kind of thing, looking at our stuff, and even then, still multiple offers, right?
So was this condos or
townhomes? Mostly townhomes. Okay. So even in that category, right, you were still seeing that, and there was a couple, 1 bed and a den, 2 bedroom kind of stuff, right? So, but that market's been pretty slow. The condo market's definitely been, pretty slow for a couple of my buyers, right? So,
and it's crazy to believe. The advice we were given about a week or 2 ago for what type of strategies you should be taking to have a successful accepted offer has definitely changed with some of these newer homes that are on the market. I still think there are some homes that are listed for 2021, 2022 prices that have been sitting for a while.
Yeah.
But I think even those are starting to get attention now.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. And I also think there's something to be said, obviously, as offers go in, some houses are going to get multiples, some houses aren't going to get multiples, obviously.
Yeah.
I said the one I looked at didn't have 14, it had 3 offers, right? So there's still something to be said about that. And, you can still put that lowball offer in if you wanted to.
Sure.
And then that offer changes the minute, or your offer changes the minute, hey, there's another offer in there. Hey, do we want to revise now? Do we want to change things? Like, what are we willing to do?
Yeah.
Right? Because in a perfect world, we wanted that $40,000, $30,000 off, $40,000 off.
Sure.
But now there's 3 people. Now you have to decide, is this the one? Or are you okay if you lose this thing by 10, 15, 20?
Yeah. And that's a lot of the responses we've been getting from a lot of buyers who are, discouraged from previous markets saying, hey, I don't want to be in a bidding war. I don't want to be in a position where I'm put up against somebody and end up overpaying. That seems to be the feedback that a lot of people are saying right now. It's like, oh, that home's going for multiple offers.
Count me out.
I'm not interested.
Well, I feel like when you go into multiples, I had clients and a couple of them bought, and we got great prices even in multiple offers, in my opinion, and they feel like that now. Yeah. You have that that second or that day or two of, did I pay buyer's remorse, right? Like, did I pay too much, or did I really want this one and stuff, right?
Hence a 3-day rescission period.
Yeah, hence exactly right. So it's I think it'll be interesting spring summer with some of these changes, and obviously this is a topic we can continue to update and talk about. Because maybe it's just this week, January 20th, 21st, 27th, like maybe it's just a big week in real estate or something like that, or maybe the trend will continue on to February and March and all that kind of stuff.
And there's talks about tomorrow potentially being a rate hike as well, and that could impact things. I know there's a lot of people out there and buyers that we've been working with in particular that had a huge amount of their buying potential drop because of these rate hikes.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars for some clients, right?
It's insane. You see some of these payments that people were getting quoted back when it was 2 to 3%. Now we're closer to high 5s or even 6% in some situations, people are having double the payments that they were expecting to have.
Do you think that makes a difference for people? And maybe that's the reason why people are buying like crazy this week, is the fact that there is a rate hike tomorrow, and they're like, well, I guess I'm locked in. I know you have that you can lock in a rate for 4 months and get a rate hold.
Yeah.
But maybe a couple of those people are getting to the end of their rate hold. They're like, oh, I got to do this before I lose more buying power.
Yeah, I think that's totally reasonable. And with how things are on the island right now, we just do not have the inventory to keep up with the amount of people that still want to come here. It's the same old broken record story that we've been saying over and over again, where we need more options, we need more demand, we need more inventory for all the demand we're seeing. And I think that's put people in a position where there's only so few really good quality listings that pop up. A single family home with a nice yard,
well maintained inside. It's turnkey move-in ready, right? I think as a seller right now, if you have one of those properties, you're in a really good spot.
Yeah, agreed. I think that that's we're definitely seeing a shift where we went from kind of beginning of 2023 to end of 2022, where we're seeing people who were really concerned about we think the whole market's going to crash and everything's going to fall apart and all the buyers are going to disappear, but that's not at all what we're seeing right now.
At least right now, exactly. This video might update in 2 weeks. Like, yes. We were wrong. It wasn't. Yeah, we misread this, but
everything's crashing.
Yeah, right. But it'll be interesting kind of to keep up on this topic and see what goes on from our standpoint. Is I think we do a decent amount of transactions. We have a talk about, what the heat of the market is a little bit, right? And the amount of people we talk to about the market as well, other realtors and brokers and that kind of thing, right? So,
yeah, it's a fast changing market out there. So we'll definitely be sure to keep these updates coming along and seeing how we're going day to day. But right now it is definitely, things have changed dramatically in the last week or two. Now might be a good time to, if you do have a home that you're considering selling,
get an evaluation like we talked about in that first video. It's always good to know what your home's worth, whether you want to sell it in 6 months, 5 days, 2 years. It's obviously going to change, but it's good to have an idea and have your finger on the pulse.
Yeah, even if you had an evaluation a week or two ago, it might be worth reaching out to that realtor again and saying, hey, what about now? It looks like things have changed in the last couple of days. Are we still at the same spot? What's our plan? Do we have a marketing? Does our strategy change at all with the huge uptake in buyers that have showed up?
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. Well, appreciate you guys tuning in again for this shorter episode. We felt that we had breaking news we had to come out and talk about. So thank you guys again, and of course, we really appreciate your feedback on YouTube and TikTok and everywhere else we have these videos.
Like, subscribe, comment.
All of that would be super helpful. Thank you guys again, and talk to you guys probably tomorrow.